Okay, so this is actually massive. Meghan Markle just landed her first ever Emmy nomination, and honestly, nobody saw it coming.
She has been honored by the Emmys for that hideous Netflix show she did.
It happened on July 15th, 2026. Her Netflix show, With Love, Meghan, scored her a nomination for Outstanding Host for a Lifestyle or Culinary Series. Absolutely wild moment. And here's the plot twist. The nomination came just 5 days after King Charles hosted Meghan, Prince Harry, and their kids at Highgrove on July 10th, 2026. Perfect timing, honestly. This Emmy nomination is genuinely massive for Meghan. She has been publicly rebuilding her Hollywood identity since leaving the royal family, and this is basically her official welcome back to the industry that made her famous in the first place. Meghan won a Daytime Emmy back in 2011 for General Hospital, but that's when she was still an actress named Meghan Markle from Suits.
Hi, I'm Rachel Zane. I'll be giving you your orientation.
Wow, you're pretty.
So this new 2026 nomination is basically Meghan's first ever nomination as post-royal Meghan. That distinction matters, honestly. She's now officially competing at the industry's biggest stage against actual industry veterans. She earned it. Whether people like her or not, the Emmy nomination is officially real. Here's the wild part nobody wants to talk about. Meghan Markle's Netflix show got absolutely destroyed by critics before the Emmy news even hit. With Love, Meghan premiered on Netflix on March 4th, 2025. The show has a Metacritic score of just 42 out of 100, which sits solidly in generally unfavorable territory. The Rotten Tomatoes critical score is only 41%, which is honestly brutal for a lifestyle show. The audience score is even worse, a devastating 22%. That's a genuine flop by any measure. The Guardian gave the show -16 out of 5 stars. Absolute humiliation.
I've always loved taking something pretty ordinary and elevating it.
The Guardian's headline literally called it another confused Netflix vanity project. The Los Angeles Times review said the show was full of sanctimonious silliness and gave it half a syllable. The Rolling Stone review was called as sanctimonious as expected. So the entire critical world honestly hated it. Yet somehow, Meghan got Emmy nominated. And the show got renewed for a second season, which premiered on August 26th, 2025. Then there's a holiday special dropping in December 2025.
It's pretty jolly here. It's got cracked. Heyo.
Netflix keeps investing in a show critics have panned, which honestly makes you wonder, how deep is Meghan's Netflix deal really? The nomination might be less about quality and more about industry politics. Now, let me pull back the curtain a little bit. The Daytime Emmy Awards nominations are actually kind of pay to play. It literally works this way. Any production company can submit their show for Emmy consideration by paying an entry fee. Then a panel of industry voters ranks the submissions. So being nominated doesn't automatically mean you're the best in the industry. It just means the submission got past the voting panel. Now, the Daytime Emmy Awards are a completely separate ceremony from the Primetime Emmys. Different voter base, different prestige level. Meghan's nomination is for the Daytime Emmys specifically, which is honestly the same category as talk show hosts and daytime lifestyle content. Same category previous winners include Ina Garten, Alton Brown, and Padma Lakshmi. So Meghan is competing against actual food industry veterans with decades of experience. The 53rd Daytime Emmy ceremony is set for October 17th, 2026 at the Grand Ballroom of the Westin Bonaventure in Los Angeles. Ken Jeong will host, but Meghan probably isn't going to win the actual award. The bigger nominees have more industry credibility. The nomination itself is the victory here. Meghan just needed the Emmy stamp of approval. She got it. Mission accomplished, regardless of whether she takes home the trophy. King Charles finally met his grandchildren, Archie and Lilibet, at Highgrove, literally the day before Meghan's Emmy news broke. Actual perfect PR sequence. On July 10th, 2026, King Charles and Queen Camilla hosted Prince Harry, Meghan, Archie, and Lilibet at Highgrove House in Gloucestershire. This was the first time Charles had seen Archie and Lilibet in person in over 4 whole years. Lilibet had only met her grandfather once before at Queen Elizabeth II's Platinum Jubilee back in June 2022. Archie had barely seen his grandfather in his entire life family, so the whole Highgrove afternoon was a genuinely emotional family moment. Then, just 5 days later, on July 15th, 2026, Meghan's Emmy nomination was officially announced. So Meghan spent 5 days as the emotional royal grandma at Highgrove, and then boom, immediately got the Hollywood Emmy nomination. She dominated both the royal and Hollywood news cycles in the same week. Charles is dealing with ongoing cancer treatment. He is still in what the palace has called a precautionary phase. He has not been declared in remission, so getting to spend private time with the grandchildren before any health complications is genuinely huge for the whole family. Emotional peak. Here's what nobody wants to admit, though. Meghan Markle's business empire is actually kind of falling apart, despite the Emmy nomination. It literally is. As Ever is Meghan's lifestyle brand, launched in April 2025.
As ever essentially means as it's always been. You know, I've always loved cooking and crafting and gardening.
The brand has been struggling despite Meghan's celebrity power. Meghan and Prince Harry's original mega Netflix deal from 2020 was significantly reduced in 2025. So the As Ever expansion honestly happened at exactly the wrong moment. Then Meghan's biggest supporting talent is also getting picked apart. Netflix has publicly not renewed Prince Harry and Meghan's original overall deal. Their content pipeline has narrowed to just a few projects. Their podcast deal with Spotify ended in 2023. Their overall Hollywood traction has slowed. Then, on top of all that, their public favorability keeps collapsing. Per the April 2026 YouGov tracker, only 20% of Britons hold a positive opinion of Meghan. Meanwhile, 66% hold a negative opinion. Brutal numbers. So, the Emmy nomination arrives at exactly the moment Meghan needs a public win. It's honestly her biggest career validation since leaving the royal family. The timing genuinely matters. Whether she can turn one nomination into an actual business comeback is the real question. Because right now, Meghan's Hollywood empire is honestly on shakier ground than her family reunions suggest. Now, let me connect all the dots for you. Meghan Markle is actually kind of winning at life right now, despite all the criticism. In one single week, Meghan pulled off a private royal family reunion at Highgrove with King Charles and landed her first ever post-royal Emmy nomination. That's honestly a genuinely rare double win. Meghan also has With Love Meghan renewed for season 2, which premiered on August 26, 2025. She has the Netflix holiday special dropping December 2025. She has her As Ever lifestyle brand running strong. She has her podcast, Confessions of a Female Founder, doing well. And she still has full public visibility whenever she wants it. Now, Meghan's critics are absolutely furious about the Emmy nomination. British tabloids are already framing it as undeserved. American conservatives are dismissing it as industry politics. But at the end of the day, the nomination is real. It's official. It counts. Meghan Markle is genuinely a Daytime Emmy nominee now. The 53rd Daytime Emmy Awards happen October 17th, 2026 in Los Angeles. Whether Meghan wins or loses, she's already won by getting nominated at all. The industry has honestly welcomed her back with open arms. Whether that ends up being a good thing for Hollywood is a completely different question.